it always surprises me how far these things come on, which led me to, I probably mispronounced this, but it's a ROVYVON Aurora, and this is the A1X. So yeah, let's do the unboxing, shall we? And it seems to come with some immediate gratification, quick release bits. You just push these in and out it pops inside there somehow. Right, some sort of user instructions, charging cable, clip in a keyring. So this is what I was hoping for. It's just something, I mean, this supposedly does 650 lumens, so I was hoping for, you know, something to replace this on the keyring, which, yeah, I mean, it's a little bit fatter but shorter, so that's kind of cool. I know they do a bigger one like the A23 series, or A2 something, A28 and so on, and they've got like a bigger form factor again, so I think that would probably be the A2 whatever series would be a bit too big for a keyring, so I'm kind of happy with the size of it. I don't know, I've tried to get this thing on yet. I might have to just look at the instructions, and apparently it's a double click to switch it on. Which does not work, so maybe, I don't know, maybe we've got to charge it up first. Interestingly, it says here that when it's in high or medium modes, which is high must be the 650 lumen mode, it steps down to 100 lumens after 100 seconds due to the massive heat generated. So it's interesting that you're coming up against this kind of limitation of getting the heat away from the LED chip when it's operating in those kind of really high modes. But yeah, I can't even get the damn thing to turn on. So what I'm going to try and do is put it on charge for a little bit and then get back. Okay, plugged in, charging. It's doing the pulsating, breathing blue light. Apparently when it's fully charged it'd just be solid blue, so I'm going to leave that to charge up and give it another try. And today is the next day. It has finally charged. Actually, it took about 2 hours, so I think for whatever reason the battery had to be completely run flat. I don't know, maybe it was switched on by mistake in transit or something, but anyway, he's fully charged now, and so a double press should switches on, which it does. It looks like there's 4 modes. And if you just hold it momentarily, that's the high mode of 650 lumens, and again you can feel that's pretty uncomfortable close to your hand, so God knows what it would be like in your eye. Interesting little torches. Trying to sort of compare. This is supposed to be 400 lumen, so there's that versus that. Yeah, that's 650. That's a 400. I don't think there's much in it, but I think you can sort of see the 650 here on the left hand side is a bit more intense. But yeah, so this particular version they do an absolutely bewildering array of different models on their website. This is like the A1, and then there's an A2. Well, this is the A1X, and because I think X is like the second generation. So this is the A1X, which has got a plastic body. It's kind of almost sort of entry level, if you like. That said, it's got the, supposedly anyway, got the better battery, which is 330 milliamp hour versus a lot of even the new range have only got a 260 milliamp hour battery. I mean, it's still pretty small batteries in the grand scheme of things, but yeah, I'm just surprised that the entry level one's got the larger battery. But then I was looking at the run times, and the run times seem to correlate to other run times of ones with the you see the battery here is quoted as 330, but this runtime chart looks is certainly on the lowest setting. 30 hours is what seems to be quoted for a lot of models with the 260 milliamp hour battery. So I don't know what's going on there quite, but I think one that I would probably quite like to get hold of, and I can't find at the moment, is the A4 Pro. Again, same form factor, but it's got a titanium body, and that one's got the 330 milliamp hour battery, but it's got longer run times for sort of the Moonlight Low medium. So I think probably what I'm going to do is, I mean, this was, as I say, this is just the plastic version, and it was fairly cheap at about £20. But I'll put it on the keychain and see how I get on with it. And you know, if it's any good, then maybe I'll go for one of the better kind of the better made ones, you know, with a metal body. They do aluminium, stainless steel, titanium. They do ones with like a translucent body, which have also got various options of having little sort of side light LEDs in there, so you can sort of stand it on its end for a reading light or what have you. I think they even do one, well, they interestingly they do, this has got the Cree LED, which is Cree XP G3. This is kind of like quite a cool white, but gives the most kind of lumens output, but you can choose to have a Nichia, I believe that's right, Nichia, which is more of a warm white, but it's probably got a better sort of spectrum spread to it, so it's considered a high color rendition one, so it gives you a more accurate colorscape, if you like, but at the expense of a slightly lower lumens output. So yeah, I've just an absolutely bewildering array, like I said, of different options you can pick in this form factor. They even do one, interestingly, with an ultraviolet, like a UVC main emitter, apparently for sterilization purposes, but that would do a pretty good job of doing damage to your skin, eyes, or anything else you poked it at. So if you get that one, be a little bit careful. In terms of operation, it's quite intuitive, actually. I quite like the way it's set up. So it's a double press to turn it on, and then each press after that will cycle through the various modes, and then you just press and momentarily hold to turn it off. If you press and hold just like that, when it's off, it goes straight to the full power mode for as long as you hold the button on, which is that's quite useful as well. I quite like the idea of this really low 2 lumen mode. Apparently, well, this does 30 hours. I know that some of the ones like the A4 Pro is quoted at more like, I might be wrong about this, about 60 hours. It is difficult to, you look at all the specs, there's about 10 or 15 different models of this torch, and it just, I don't know whether they've quite got all the spec sheets up to where they need to be yet, but that's a kind of really useful if you're just doing a bit of reading in the dark, and say in a tent camping or whatever, and you don't want to disturb people. But yeah, so I'm quite impressed with it. I think what I'll do is I'll just, yeah, it does have that annoying strobe mode as well, so I don't know what the use for that is, but it's there if you want it. I think you activate it by just pressing it 3 times, but yeah, probably not something I'll be using very often. I'm gonna so I'm gonna take the old Phoenix LD01, which I've had for a long time on my keyring, but still gets used almost on a daily basis. Put that on, see how I get on with it, and if it's any good, I'm gonna search around and try and find the A4 Pro version of this, which looks to have the best sort of spec, at least for what I want. This is the cheapest version, and yeah, I don't know, I like it, but I'll see how it does before spending money on one that's slightly better built, because to be honest, this plastic version, it does feel a little bit cheap, I'll be fair, but you get what you pay for. It was only £20. Right, well, I hope that made some sense, or is useful to you guys out there, and who knows, I'll make another video, tell you whether it died an early death or whether it's worth getting in the long run. And alright, thanks for watching. Anyway, hit the subscribe button and leave any comments down below, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.